What's up guys? Today I'm going to talk about long noses, if they make you better at skateboarding, and I'm also going to talk about Thunder Hollow lights. These are the 148s. So I started making this video just about long noses. I'll play that intro. Are big noses good for skateboarding? I'm not necessarily talking about big round noses like creature boards, but rather I'm talking about long noses. They can come to a point and be kind of more pointy, but I just want a lot of room for my foot up here. I want a lot of room to catch the front of the board and not feel like I'm gonna slide off. If my foot could slide off at any time, I feel less safe on a board. So in the past, I've enjoyed boards from 3 Block and Revive, companies that have that longer nose. I used to get that with some flip boards back years ago. I skated the same flip board 10 times in a row, exact same shape, years and years ago. Before that, I skated a lot of zero boards, maybe a few toy machines, some stuff like that. I was really into Jamie Thomas when I was a kid. So one thing I see as a benefit to having a longer nose, you might see this as a disadvantage, is kind of a slower, lower delayed pop for nollie tricks. I don't do a lot of nollie tricks, but when I do, if I have a really steep nose, I feel like I have to do them really high, and I'm not comfortable with that. So having a little bit longer nose and more fingers of flat up here gives it a little bit of a lower pop, like a quick low pop, so the nose will be lower to the ground. You don't have to use as much energy to pop real quick. And I feel like that's better for nollie tricks for me, because I like to do them really low and just kind of roll them over on the ground. I don't really want to have to pop them super high. So I tend to avoid old school boards with a completely flat nose that doesn't curve up at all. I don't want it to curve up too much, because I've found with the FA and hockey boards, I have trouble doing nose manuals and certain tricks because the nose is so steep. So I don't really want the kicks to be steep. I want them to be mellow, but I want them to be long enough that I feel secure and safe. So what I've done here is I actually drilled some holes and moved the truck back to shorten the wheelbase to 14 inches. I cut wheel wells in this board. I know I've been talking about this a lot, but I'm kind of obsessed with doing this. So this board can spin better for 360 flips and stuff like that. It is kind of weird to get used to having more holes here, but you know, that's not really a problem. So for certain tricks, I don't really want a lot of nose. Like if I was gonna try to do a hard flip, I have to get my foot out of the way, and sometimes the nose actually hits me in the shin when I'm doing a hard flip. When I have a longer nose, if I had cut my nose off right here, it would be easier to hard flip. It would also have a quicker pop. There's not as much weight in the front. So a hard flip might be easier on an old school board. But if you can do it really fast, you can actually get your foot and your leg out of the way before your nose hits you in the shin. I didn't want to land in this nose blunt, and my body kept fighting it. I really had to push myself to just do it and just land in it. I'm just trying to land in a nose blunt and then just roll away, not even come back in. It's a pretty simple trick, but I'm really struggling with it right now. I haven't skated much outside. My health's just all over the place. So for me with skateboarding, sometimes learning a new trick is about freeing your mind from any kind of structure and just allowing your body to move in different ways that you're not used to, because you have to build this muscle memory, and sometimes you have so much muscle memory working against you that you can actually land the trick, but you don't land it because you're trying to bail instead of trying to actually land it. So focus on actually doing the trick. For me, sometimes I have to tell myself, just do it. You know how to do the trick, but you're bailing on purpose because that's where your muscle memory is. But for me, sometimes I have to focus on actually just committing to doing it. Just do the trick. If it's like a back 360, just fling it. Just fling your body in that direction. Even if you know you're not going to land on it, just fling yourself a few times. Just flip the trick a few times. If it's like a hard flip or something, and then just do it. You shouldn't have to watch every single motion and practice all this time. You should be able to watch somebody do it and understand what they're doing immediately. Just see what they're doing and just do it. But there's all of this muscle memory and all of these fears telling us that we can't do it. We just have to break all this down, you know, get rid of all the structure and just move in that direction and just allow your body to land the trick. Sometimes you have to allow your body to land the trick because your body doesn't necessarily want to. It doesn't necessarily want to do things that are dangerous, things that have very little reward, but are very dangerous. All the Thunders I was skating in my old videos were all older Thunders. I'd had them for a long time. These Thunders actually skate really good. They turn way better than the old ones. They've got the blue bushings. They're kind of medium hard, like 92A, I believe. But I'm carving all around the park and they turn really well. So I think trucks in general and the Thunder Hollow lights on this board really affect the overall feel of the board a lot. So I started out making this video just about long noses, but then I realized every component of this board comes together to make it feel the way it does. So like I said in the last video, moving the trucks back and shortening the wheelbase really lightens up the pop of the board, and this is definitely the lightest setup that I've had in a while. I'm not feeling too good. I've had a lot of health problems lately, so I need something that's kind of easy to skate and easy to flip. I'm gonna make you guys cringe in some future videos. I'm gonna buy brand new boards and then I'm gonna cut wheel wells in them immediately and move the trucks back, the wheelbase in. So stay tuned for that. I might skate some 825s and 8.5s. I'm liking the really lightweight boards, but I can't go much smaller than that because I have kind of big feet and I wanna be able to land on the board. And when I go too small, I have a hard time actually landing my tricks. So yeah, I'm really not feeling that good today, but I actually skated decent and I could do 360 flips all right, and it's because of this setup. So as you guys know, I've been having problems with the heat. I may have had a heat stroke, I'm not really sure, but to get away from the heat here, I went up north. I've actually been in the Chicago area at Lake Michigan all weekend, so it was cool there. It was like 74 degrees. It's a lot hotter here. So now I'm back here trying to skate again, and yeah, I'm struggling still, but having a light setup that doesn't require too much energy really does help. So I've realized lately, when I'm not skateboarding, I lose a lot of confidence. Like, skateboarding makes me feel confident because I'm decent at it, you know, I'm not a professional skateboarder, but it makes me feel good about myself. And when I can't do it for several days, I feel defeated, I feel drained, worthless. Do you guys feel like that about skateboarding? Does it give you guys confidence? Does it like build you up or does it tear you down? So with the bigger nose, I'm not afraid of falling off the front, but also I have more room. If I was gonna do like a nose slide or something like that, there's just a little more room to stand on the board. I've never been good at nose sliding down this for some reason. It's like I don't slide at all, or I slide way too much. It's hard to get balance. I'm really good at nose sliding the top of it, but actually nose sliding down it, always struggled with that. My wheel is kind of pinch. I have to kind of point my board a little more. I feel like I'd have to kind of get into it up here and kind of work my way down slowly. It's like the world's slowest nose slide. I don't know if I've ever talked about this in a video, but this could actually be a really good beginner step to nose slides on rails. It could just be what I'm used to too. I haven't spent a lot of time skating these rails. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, I've got a lot more videos like this, so scroll through my page, check out my other videos, and hit that subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.